Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and it's good evening somewhere. That's what it is. Which means, let's see, where are we? We're on Tuesday, so we're not discussing adult beverages yet, but it's getting closer. Also, we have a 3-day weekend coming up, which will be Monday off, but I will be here, and because the 4th of July, America's birthday, is on Sunday. And then the U.S. markets are closed on Monday, so that's what's going to happen there. Now you can see we're looking at the dollar this morning. You can see the dollar's right there. Now let's jump over to see. Let's go to J4X. You can see there's a Swissy. Swissy's moving up. You can see that. Oh wait a minute, where we go? Let's roll it over. Rolling with the homies. There it is, right there. There's the daily. You can see it's firm, which means the dollar is going up right there on the ETF. And let's see, let's move this up a little bit more, like so. I can move it over too, can I? Yes, there we are. And you can see there, that is the action. Let's get up that fact check spreadsheet. There we go. And the pressure, King Dollar, is just keep on playing the role of King Dollar, which doesn't exactly make us too happy here in the States. It distorts all fundamentals. I saw somebody from Stephen Nicholas this morning talking about it, how it's time for the Federal Reserve to stop helping to build reserves in all these institutions and let the institutions build their own reserves. Now, some of you out there are wondering, geez, what's wrong with free money? Well, what it does is it distorts the fundamentals, and you don't have the guideposts. It'd be like removing the... Imagine if you're traveling to a different place where you don't know very well, or you've never been there before, and they removed all the signs, the street signs. That's what the problem is. King Dollar does that. It removes all the street signs, and it makes it very tough to be able to comprehend values. So all the distortions kick in. Wow, look at that. There's another, even more push now on the dollar again, right there. King Dollar. Not good. Not good, because we are a democratic society, so we don't want a king. All right, let's jump over to the cable. Oh, and let me do this. I haven't even put up the, let's put the Dukascopy chat line up there. Let's see, where's that button at? Button. Who's got the button? There they go. There's the Dukascopy chat line. Let's see. Oh, we got some people talking. Good. There's Janos. Is it me or the? I see. There's Janos on there. Is it me, or there were a lot of more people that left as we waited? I don't know. I guess if they're that impatient, can they really be good traders at the same time? That's a good question there. But that's a good question. Sometimes there's a lot of people. We turned it on the hour, so I don't know. Now 47 says, Doc, can we look at the Gbp Jpy? Why, sure. Let's go check out Gbp Jpy. Impatience is not the way to trade, Janos. That's the key right there. That's a recipe to lose money. Being impatient. All right, now you can see there's Gbp Jpy. Pressure still on there. I think we had a red line there yesterday. Geez, I got to save that stuff sometimes. I hate when it does. Oh, I know what it is. There's the buy one. I thought we had both those numbers up there since someone's following it. 47 asks each day. And I could have sworn we had all those lines put into it. There it is. Let's do this. Go save workspace. Save workspace as the Dukascopy day week 4X right there. There we go. So maybe tomorrow when you ask about it, it'll be still there. And you can see here, went into the weekly here, round back up to it after a nice little win, and now it's rolling over again. Unfortunately, King Dollar is just too aggressive, just very irritating. You were right yesterday. Again, fall down. It fall down and go boom. Matter of fact, this is not. Oh, that's an ad. That's what that is. Okay, there it is. Okay, so that's Gbp Jpy. Now let's tune into Where are we going there? Oh, New Zealand dollar. Let's see. Hey, Robin, how you doing? New Zealand dollar. Where are you? Right there. Pressure on that for 2 days now. And the weekly's been in a weekly sell since up here in the 71.33 area. Drove it down to the 69 is divine 23 area. And now they popped it, and there's the daily buy right there. Let's put that in there. Wow, this thing, interesting. Let's take a look at this a little bit closer. This thing has, well, let's see, that was the buy right there. This thing has a nice trend to it. Let's remove that. Let's see, where's the remover at? Right there. Yeah, you can see that. I like that. You know, when something goes into a sell and stays in it for a bunch of days, or goes into a buy and stays in it for a bunch of days, I like that. That's really nice. Then when you coordinate it with the weekly, yeah, baby. Look at that. Goes into the daily sell here, kicks into the weekly sell there, confirmed, not counting the fact that you could be short as long as it stays underneath this during the trading day. And then smack-a-doodles. Not bad. Yeah, that's cool. Great and you. Great and you? What's great and you? Let's see. Doc, please check out dollar against the yen. We can do that. Dollar yen. Let's start over at J4X and see how that looks first, since they're almost like right next to each other. When I do charts, I'm always looking at, I look at yen first, and then I go to, you know, Swiss and stuff like that. Okay, you can see it here, loading in 71. I think it's in a daily sell, isn't it? I think so. Right there. What's it say on the fact check spreadsheet? Line 19. Yeah, it went into the daily sell right there. We'll light it up for you. See that right there? 6 weeks in a buy, 1 day in a sell. You can see it up here. Yeah, yesterday went into the sell there. There we go. And it's been kind of, you know, strong. It follows the king dollar. You know, the way we look at it, it's following king dollar. So it's going to just push higher and higher, which I guess means more yen to the dollar, which makes it weak. You know, it's that inverse relationship there. So you see that, Alan? That's the way it's been rolling. Now look at the weekly time manifold. Well, first of all, look at J4X. See how it's got two reds matching our reds. You see the white line has pierced. So it's showing the weakness. There's no doubt about that. Chicago Quant, our weekly, you can see, is not going after the top of the time manifold. So this could be just short-lived. And obviously, if this is kind of trying to confirm king dollar is going to be one pain in the neck for us domestically. I mean, it's great to have a strong currency, but again, it messes with the street signs. It messes with the fundamentals. It messes with everything that you normally want, you know, to make a decision. So there you go, Giannis. We're up to 11 or 12 again now. That's cool. Patience is mine, says the Lord. Patience. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's jump over to, where do we got? No, what are we doing? We're looking at yen, that's right. So we're going to jump over to the euro. Let's see what the euro looks like. Unless somebody has something else they'd like to see. And that's the way we usually roll around here. We do a rhythm, but that rhythm is not the primary way of looking at products on this webinar. What we do is we look at anything anybody asks for. So we just go back to that when people stop asking. Now, we went into the sell there yesterday. You saw the volatility signal right there on Friday. And you can see it on the fact check spreadsheet over there on the Excel spreadsheet. 1 day in a sell, 3 weeks in a sell. So we've been having our issues. Unfortunately, king dollar is driving us bananas. And so you can see there's the pressure. Let's see what it looks like on J4X. Alrighty. Alrighty. Right there. Whoa, look at that bar. Isn't that cool or what? Alright, let's see how that goes. It's loading up. There you go. So, yeah, the pressure's there. It's doing it again. It's driving into the sell today. And so, you know, this is a good tool for those traders that don't have an opportunity to see much of Doc's work. This is a very good tool. You know, using the slow stochastic, which is the goldish looking, yellowish looking dashed line, against the solid white line, which is the fast stochastic. And then we throw hinky ashy bars. They're a little delayed, and they only correlate to our math by about 68, 69%, but it's still better than nothing, traders, you know? Better than nothing. You need something, and that's that signpost thing I'm talking about. All right, now we'll go over to cable. There's cable. Went into the buy there for a day, right? 2 days? 1 day. 1 day for a buy. Or it would have been in a sell now for like, I don't know, like 611. My goodness. And there it is right there. So it must be the third day, is it on there? Let's check that out. That's line 13, yeah. So, you know, you can look at it either way. You got 2 weeks in a sell, you got 3 days in a sell, and at one point it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then it goes into a daily buy there for 1 whole day. Gave you a volatility signal warning you the day before, you know, there's some strength coming in. Wasn't that much of a pop. And then bang. Bang, bang, they shot us dead. Yes, indeed. There it is. So that's how it played. So it's like, it's a couple of weeks. So it went into the weekly sell, and it was a week before that, it was in a daily sell. And you can see the weakness right here in the weekly signal, right there. I mean, I remember us talking about that all week long, going, well, you can take a shot at it. It's you know, it's not confirmed, but it's definitely underneath. You know, it was all that action right there. So the sell started right there. We should do this just for the fun of it. Throw that in there like this. There you go. Put the big line in. Yeah, and it's interesting. You know, and it's, you know, the cable's Doc's favorite. You know, I'm like always like, oh, it's undervalued. It's undervalued. It's undervalued. And then and we thought that it might find the 38s as a support area. So there's middle age. I had a feeling you were going to show up this morning. I actually said, I bet middle age shows up this morning. I really did. DAX. Let me show the DAX, and then I'll give you a live JO. I know. I figured that's why, because look at it, it's taking out the top. When I saved that chart this morning, I thought middle age is going to show up. That's what I thought. I almost wrote something on the chart, but I was dancing this morning. So if I wasn't dancing, I might have even written something on there like, show up today. All right, let's go check out DAX. Let's see how the DAX is. I think we have the actual future now on DAX. So it may be delayed a little bit, but it is the DAX. I don't think it might be the Zetra DAX. I don't know. Either way, it's the DAX. At this time of the day, both DAXs are the same, I think. So it doesn't matter. The Zetra DAX is allegedly the night trading one out of Frankfurt. Let's see. I think we have it, don't we? No, we have the Nikkei. That's what it is. We have the Nikkei. All right. And do we have the futures? No, we don't. We have the Nikkei. Okay. So let's go and find the DAX. Open Sesame. And it's the stock combo, Robin stock combo right there. And let's see what they're doing with that. And then let's take a look at JO at the same time. So it's like, oh, look at that. They backed it off a little bit. Okay, so they got a little backing off going on. It hit that area again. That's interesting. But look at that bounce off of the time manifold on the JO. Now let's find DAX for 47. There it is right there. And DAX is, let's see, give it an update. See if it's cleaning itself up. Whereas JO is doing some, it's already showing you today's start of the day trading. Come on, where is it at? Right there, there it is. Reload. Where's the reload? Well, reload, where are you? Right there. Yeah, so that hasn't started yet, the DAX on the US market. They haven't started trading it, but you can see, went into the sell here, and it's just sideways. So these 3 days there, I guess got to put a buy in there. I guess the buy is the next day right there. Wasn't much help. Also, at the same time, it's still in a weekly sell, which is kind of odd, right there. And we've been in the weekly sell since up here on the ETF. You see that 47? It's kind of, I guess there's, I'm not sure. Now today the DAX is up. I saw the DAX was up today. And then the JO, you can see JO is actually showing you the 29th. It's they knocked it down. But let's see what the bid and offer is. Let me see if I can find the bid and offer in this. Let's see, DAX. I got the DAX up. Their bid 32.11 at 45. Okay, so they're not really standing. Closed at 33.68. So that's no good. I got the futures contract trading. Where's that sucker at? Up 181. Wow, I got the September's contract up 181. So it's joined in pretty well. So this thing should be, the DAX should be lifting on here. And maybe it'll straighten out this sell stuff. We're in the weekly still, so it's got a lot of work to do. We'll keep an eye on that 47. We'll keep an eye on that. By the end of the webinar, we'll see if it's updated. I wonder if I can get the DAX. Let's see, what is that? That's the problem, is it's a delayed, so it's coming off of the DTB. And that's the problem with the futures contract. I can see the futures contract, but it's delayed. But it doesn't act well on the chart. It didn't allow it last time. Let me just try it again. Go here. We'll go to here's the Nikkei. Whereas the Nikkei, you can see, is updating, and they're putting a little sell into it right now. All right, let's make a copy of this. See, Doc is always trying to explore and learn like everybody else here. We made a copy of it. Let's paste it. Now let's see if I can get the DAX in there. Let's see, futures, and it's the DAX. Let's see, what are we looking here? Add a symbol. Futures, DAX again. Doesn't sound good to me because if I would have had it saved in there. I wonder what that is. Yeah, see, let's put that in there as an add. It's giving me a choice to look at some stuff. It's interesting. Then there's the DXM. I'm going to add every one of these things and see if one of them works. That would be nice to have the futures contract. I would really like to have the futures contract. September, add. What the blazes is that? Let's see. Okay, so I did the FDX. Oh, there's an FDXS add. All right, I've added every one of those. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's 3 of them. There's another one. Okay, there's a XM. Sounds like a TV channel. All right, now we're going to see if any one of these will work. Oh, okay, close. There we go. And okay. DAX is not found. Please make sure the instrument name is correct, that you have added your instrument to quote quote manager. Okay, let's try that. So if I go file, okay, close. Okay, yeah, I get it. Cancel. It's making me cancel. Let's try this. Now close. File, new, quote manager window. Let's see if it loaded it. There it is. I think it did. There they are. Okay, it's in there. Now, why does that say off? And that says off. And they say off. Okay, let's see what happens. So let's go like that. And then, can I do it from here? Instrument, futures. All instruments, maybe? Oh, wait a second. Wouldn't that be nice if that means something? Let's try this. No, see, there's no add to it. Shoot. I think there's a way of getting the contract. We're going to have to explore that. Because I'm going to just show you. Look at that. It's got them in there now. Got all these DAXs in there. And caches and DAXs. 3 of them. FDXS, FDXM, FDAX. And then I've got FDXS, XM, and AX. And I'm actually getting a ticker that's ticking live on my window. But I can't get it into the chart. We're going to have to figure out how to get this stuff into the chart. We'll figure that out. 47, we're going to take a shot at that. We'll see. We'll try it tonight or something like that. Doc, the Aussie and the dollar and the yen. Okay, so yeah, Aussie went into a daily sell. I think you can see that on the fact check, right? No. It was in a daily buy coming in this morning, and it's now in a sell. Check this out. Let's see which button we go to. Right here. Yeah, so the Aussie broke down here. We're trying to get into a daily sell. We're in the weekly sell, so obviously you wouldn't want to have been long for this. You just would have been covered for it. So there's the Aussie. Then the dollar and the yen. Well, the dollar against what though? Oh, I see. Dollar, Aussie, dollar, Aussie, yen. I get it now. Okay, let's see if we have Aussie yen on there. Aussie yen. There it is right there. Yeah, so now that went into the sell yesterday. See it right there? That went into the sell yesterday. We can move that over there like that. That's the buy. But we're in a weekly sell, so you couldn't take the buy, just not be short, that's all. And then yesterday it closed in a sell, and then it gave it to you. It was that winner chicken dinner. So pretty interesting. You know what's interesting? Look at this right here. Let me put the rectangle up. Notice the situation here, doing that same gig again, like everybody else was doing, you know? That same gig. Matter of fact, that went on for a while. Look at that. And we move that over just a little bit. Look at that. It was everybody was waiting. They're all waiting, you know? They're all waiting. Yeah, that's something, isn't it? Interesting. They were all waiting for the Federal Reserve to talk about inflation. That's what it was. And then look at it. The Federal Reserve doesn't really care. What do they call it? Transitory? I think that's what Mr. Powell called it. Inflation is transitory. We'll see. I don't like that idea that he pretends that stuff. That's not exactly being an economist, you know? All right, so where did we leave off? Cable, right? We did the cable. So now what we'll do is we'll dance our way over to the Turkish Lira. Wow, look how tight that is. And all it does is flirt with our line that was developed from... Where was it developed from? From here. And it was because of the distance it traveled? From that crazy event that occurred? I don't know, where is it? Oh, there it is, right there. So it all started here, and we developed these two lines, and we said this is where it's going to bang up against. It's been one long walk to that too. My God, it keeps on dancing up to it, stops there, and backs off. Now you can see here the last couple of days it's been in a buy, and the weekly it jumped into the weekly right here. Let's fix that right there. So it's been in a weekly buy for 2 full weeks now, going on a third. And you can see it's curving. Now let's go over to what I really like is the euro against the Turkish lira, but we just don't get the amount of trades from it. But it's very indicative of what's going on. Now you can see here the pressure is on today. And it's trying to dip underneath. You can see the same pressure on the the weekly there. Let's see what it looks like on J4X. see. We want Euro Turkish Lira first. But we'll look at both of them. So we'll look at dollar Turkish Lira, and then we'll go to Euro Turkish Lira, right there. And you can hear it's trying to bounce up for the dollar side. I imagine when we put the euro in there, it's going to be bouncing down, that bar. It's even doing it there. You can see the Hinky Ashy is trying to roll over also, just like our red dots are on the, well, that's the euro one. Let's see what it is over here. Right there. Yeah, got the red dot in the dollar one too. And look how close it is. Oh my, OMG. Let's see, let's widen that out. Look at that. What's the numbers? Minus 0.00027. Oh, it's popped. It's popped up again. So now it's plus 0.00042. Doc's math is so sensitive. We're looking at microns. We're edging the atomic level. I look for the atomic particle and how it spins. That's why Doc does string theory and so forth. Doc invented this math to deal with the Higgs boson. And how can I say this? Their planned success of the Higgs boson in '77. I mean, Doc's been using this math since 1977 to deal with the Higgs boson. And we all knew the Higgs boson was going, that's why we were part of the anti-accelerator movement. Anti-accelerator, anti-CERN, anti-large hard-on collider. Hard-on. Wow, look at that thing move. Now it's at 209 plus 0.00275. Yeah, we're playing with the atomic level here. But anyway, that's what's going on. All right, let's take a look at it on a euro level. Let's see, where is it at? I don't think you could see that, did you? I just realized that J4X was in the way. Oh well. Oh well. And then, so you couldn't see all those cute little numbers that were going on. Let's see what it's doing here. So there, you can see it's minus 0.069. Let's widen that and see if it is going to try to find its way back to the plus side. Oh, no. No, that's definitely parked itself down below at minus 0.0058. And then when we go back to the dollar one, that was fun. We were just watching that. It was minus when we first started. Look at it there. 0.0258, 2224. Let's see it change again. Minus plus 0.220. 19er, 190, 211. And when we started looking at it, it was a minus. That's wild. There's a 00169er. Anyway, all right, I'm getting off of my fantasy. Wow, gold just hit a new monthly low. Let's check that out. Poor gold. Poor gold. It's the enemy of the Federal Reserve. They don't like her. They took her to the party. They did the slam bam, thank you ma'am. And now they just left her laying there. All right, and there's gold. We've been in a daily sell since 6/16, sweet 16, and we've been in a weekly sell since the closing week of 6/18. And you can see here the cute little green and histogram were doing their little dance into the minus zone throughout all that. So, yeah, I wonder what they're doing to poor silver. Oh, I want to look at it on J4X too. There it is right there. Nice little bar getting smackadoodled. Smackadoodle, traders, smackadoodle. Like I said, the Federal Reserve took her out on a date and gave her the slam bam, thank you ma'am. And it's like just punishment ever since. It's so horrible. This Federal Reserve is so bad. So bad. They think they're saving the world, and I guess in some way they have. But at the same time, for every person they've saved, they probably hurt somebody, you know? In the end result, it's a net. All right, now, come on, J4X, you can do this. Come on. Let's try it again. Let's see what silver looks like. See, jump over to silver. Poor J4X is, still like, oh my God, what are they doing to this poor product? J4X is telling you how nasty the Federal Reserve is. Don't go out on a date with the Federal Reserve. It'll abuse you. There you go. There's silver. Silver's trying to move down. It's playing with the bottoms there. You can see that. But, what an abuser the Federal Reserve is. And then let's try it again on the gold. And then let's go over to Chicago Quant. We'll take a look and see what silver looks like on that. And we'll let the J4X fill in. And there is Silverado. Yeah, it's got the same thing going on. It's another smackadoodle. We've been in daily sell for a couple of days there. We've been in a weekly sell since like way back in here, since the 28s and almost 29-ish, 28 and a half, something like that. Weekly sell. So, yeah, that's that Federal Reserve, guys and gals. It tries to pretend that it's your friend, but don't get in their car. And if they offer you a drink, don't drink it. Exactly it. All right. Let's see. What else can we say about the metals complex? Oh, I noticed doing the charts this morning, copper was pushing into the daily sell earlier this morning too. Let's give that a refresh and see what the copper is doing. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. If they want all these electric things, right? You need copper for the armatures to have the electric things, And so, what is the issue here that they don't want to own this stuff? I mean, it's just total backwardization when it comes to some of this fundamental stuff, And all right, let's see. Where do we go from here? Let's see what platinum looks like. Right there. You can see platinum pressing down again, not making the new lows though. So the spread is shifting. So 1067, you can see 1755 basically. So 1755 minus 1067. What is that? That's 687. We've come down from 1050, fallen to 490. Now we're at where are we at there? 687. So, and then what's that other metal that everybody thought was going to go to 3,500 or something like that? Yeah, see, that fell down into the 2024s. We talked about that, and then the people come on to Dukascopy and start following it when it was up in here back in May. And I kept on saying, we went into the weekly sell, and I said, no, don't be so excited about this product. Forget it. Forget about it. Hey, how you doing? What you up to? Falling down on your knees. That's what you're doing. Look at that. It's gone smackadoodle city. Now that's what, the June? No, that's the June contract. It's getting ready to expire. Let's put in a new contract for this palladium. I told traders, don't be so brave when we're in a weekly sell. You don't want to be telling people it's going up in a weekly sell. I'm going to be right 8.5 out of 10 times. So it's a bad bet. You don't want to take that bet. That's for sure. Because Doc's going to be more right than anything else. So what is that? PA? Sounds like a beer, doesn't it? It sounds like a lager. All right, so let's find what's next. Let's see. There is the June contract. Now they're showing a SEP contract. Is there an Augie Doggy? There's no Qs. Okay, so the next contract is right there. It's the September contract. So let's load that puppy up and see what that looks like. Close. Yes, I get you. There we are. And let's put that in there for SEP. Boy, they're running this all the way to the end. You can see it's still trading until the day. So that's pretty cool. But you know that it's not popular. at that point. I'm sure just the delivery stuff, I guess. Let's see how it looks now. Yeah, it did the same stuff. You know? We were in a weekly sell from here in that 29-ish area, you know, and everybody was excited, like just excited. It was going to go to 35, and I was like, we're going into a weekly sell. Don't be so brave. And what did it do? It went down to 24 almost. 24.52. It went the wrong way. Let's widen that out. There's the weekly sell. Went into the buy, went into the sell here. Let's put that in there. Let's put that in there. Let's try that again in English. There it is. There it is, the sell. And it dragged its feet. And it even tried to throw it. Now that's curious. Look at that. Gave you the volatility signal. And you can't be long, right? Traders understand that. You can't be long for that because why, traders? We're in a weekly sell. Unfortunately, we just didn't catch all that. But at least you didn't get your head handed to you for $350. And that's, to me, is a win just as well. So you made a chunk little change, you know, from the 2772-ish area down to, what's that, like the 270.46. You only made $25 or $30, right? Oh well. And you didn't lose $350. That's the name of the game. Now, if you're trading binaries and options, you can play with that. You can be, you know, be in a put spread and catch some of that. But when you're trading hard delta, this baby, what did it do? It saved you from losing $300 and some odd dollars. If I can draw that thing. There it is. Yeah, that was a smackadoodle, huh? I'm going to save that so when we go back again, looking at the metals complex, everybody will know. Alrighty. And then there's your buy there, but we're still in a weekly sell. So again, you're not playing that, you know. And I guess if anything, you could have been short for this, and again make just a little change. You know, you're short at 25.12, and it trades down to 24.52. So what's that? Another $60 in the pocket, right? So that's not too bad. But again, remember, traders, there are three positions: long, short, or neutral. Okay? That's what it is. Unless you're a producer or a supplier, you know, you as a trader, you can have one of those three positions and be profitable. And the way of being profitable is not losing $350. That's the answer right there. All right, yeah, especially those bulls out there that wanted to tell me to be long, and they see, oh, Doc's got a volatility signal. Oh, he's in a daily buy. Let's outthink his math. And then it's like they take the tomahawk out. You know what they say about pioneers? You know, we used to say this on the trading floor. Pioneers die. And you got to be careful. Sometimes pioneers die. And what do they say about waiting for the cavalry to come over the hill? We used to say on the trading floor, or trading floors. They said it at a lot of places, at different exchanges. And they used to say, when the cavalry gets there, if the pioneers and the settlers are all dead, the one thing they're hoping for is that they had no ammunition left. In other words, they fought to the last bullet. That's how we used to think about that stuff. So, all right. Anyhow, where are we at now? So that's the metals complex. Well, I hope everybody got an enjoyment out of that. I did. Doc amuses himself constantly. I get a kick out of me. I'm a figment of my own imagination. Sometimes I say I'm probably living in a nursing home right now and fantasizing about this webinar. Like this is not really happening. And Doc is just fantasizing that there's a webinar going on. And then he's got a successful system. And he's telling everybody this stuff live. But really he's... Oh, wait a minute, is that the nurse coming right now? No, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, let's jump over to, where'd we leave off? We did the metals complex. Let's do the energy complex. And is this real or is this Memorex? All right, there we go. We can see that's crude oil. Crude oil is trying to bounce up. What in blazes? Every time we get a sell signal in that thing, it removes it. Like 2 nights ago, we had a red line there, and we're in the weekly buy, so you can't get long. And then like the next day, they showed us a red line, and by the by the AM, it's still green again. And then, like yesterday, we had a red line in there for the day. And then what do? They take it up again. Let me just give it a refresh and see what's going on there. I mean, the energy complex just does not know how to stop. Yeah. And so we're in the daily buy here, and it goes down. You know, it's not a winner chicken dinner, but right here it's finally starting to get there, and it just refuses to go down. That's for sure. But it's not a winner. You know, it's not. It's, you know, it's torturing the daylights out of you. Now, obviously, if you're a producer or a distributor, you know, you're happy that it's telling you not to run and hide. It's telling you to, you know, stay long. Same thing here. You can see we've been long with the weekly buy now since 528. So the energy contract is definitely doing that. Oh, you can't see that. Well, that's because the nurse is in the way. She's giving me my yellow. Doc in his fantasy world. See, the webinar is not really happening. I'm really in a nursing home somewhere. I'm just an old trader that's yakking away. Back in my day. All right, and that's where we're at. You can see there, the energy complex doesn't seem to want to give up. What else we got to go over on the energy complex? Let's take a look at natural gas. Let's see, let's give that a refresh. Refresh. What's up with that malfunction? Why is it not giving us? Let's find out why we're not getting it updated. Settings. Go to default. See if it does it that way. Try that too. Default. And reload it. It's going up, but I'm not seeing a refresh. What's going on here? Let's see if we can put that in there. NG, enter. And what are we looking at? We're looking at July, right? NG, Henry Hub futures, yeah. And July, like in the 4th of July. It's trading at 3.71, so it's up another 10 cents today. Let's give it another refresh. Let's see. Why aren't you? Let's try closing it and reopening it. Close workspace. I should have saved it. Darn it. Let's do this too. I'm going to close this. I want the Henry Hub to update. And we'll close this. Close that. Close that. I'm going to close this one down there. Close that. We'll get that Henry Hub to update, but I can see it trading live. It's saying it's at 71 now, so it's up another 11 cents. Boy, they keep on taking this natural gas and stuff up and away. Let's see. We can put it on here on J4X. They have a Henry Hub. Gas. There it is right there. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that quote of 371. Okay. It's reloading again. Let's see if we can get this puppy up and running. While we're there, we'll show you a lovely picture of good old Albert. There's Albert. There's Albert. All right. And now, there we go. I wonder what he's thinking at the moment there. What is he saying there? First of all, what is she saying to him? That's the bigger question.
Connecting.
Obviously, he's like, is relativity relative? All right, we're back up. Let's go here. Let's see what we can do here. What was Albert trying to tell her? That's his 30-some-odd-year-old niece at that time. All right, like she's like 39 years old. That's his. No, I'm sorry, it's not his niece. That's his second cousin. He was living with his second cousin. Wonder what he's saying to her. Should we have steak for dinner tonight? You think maybe they were talking about something like that? Talking about the meat, maybe? I don't know. Maybe hamburger? I don't know. What do you think he was talking about? All right, let's go to the energy complex again. Maybe they were talking about lunch. I don't know. There it is. No, it's not it. What is up with this thing? Let's reload it again. Why are you not updating? It's like I got to shut the whole computer off. Are you kidding me? What are we looking at here? I just want to try reloading it one more time, and then I'm going to give up on showing you a live quote of that. When I can actually see a live quote, which is even more irritating. And the reload. Let's go to the reload again. There it is. Reload. Come on, blink and give us something. I don't think it did the reload. Let's just take a look and see. I think it's still stuck in the middle of the reload. Watch this. See how it's all shaded out? It's not giving it to us. I don't know why, what the issue is with this product, but it's not giving it to us. So, all right, anyway, let's jump over to, we've done the energy complex. I can just tell you this is 10 cents higher. Anybody want to see anything else that I can go wrestle with? Let's see. Oh, the stock indices. There's the Dow Jones Industrial Average right there. It's trying to show some strength, but notice it's still in the weekly sell since here. You know, I think this thing wants a curve and head hard south. It seems to be telling us that the stock indices want to break down, but the Federal Reserve keeps on stalling everything out. Same thing for here. Like we go into the sell here, and it just can't break down. This was underneath there 2 weeks ago. This started the week off strong. Last night, at one point, this thing was halfway down. We keep this central bank just refuses to allow the equity markets to go down. You can see here the S&P 500 doing the same battle. You can see it was trying this morning. It was down last night. This thing was down. Look at the low, 4,271. Right. Look where it's trading at right now live. You can see it up there at 83 offer, 12 points higher. They just refuse. When this stuff gets sold, they step up and they just take off. Oh, I'm sorry. Right there. They just refuse. I mean, they just refuse. Let's go back to the Dow again. There's the Dow. And you can see, I mean, it's been in a weekly sell since here, this area here. And they broke it down and they just cannot stop this thing from going up. The math keeps on screaming that it wants to go down. And it does. And then all of a sudden, like, just blind rage comes into the market. Check out the Russell 2000. I saw that flirting with the weekly sell last night, and it's still doing it. Look at it, it's right on the edge there. And the daily now is even trying to push into the sell. Let's make that wider. Money wants to get out. Money wants to get out of this market, and something is holding it up. That's what it all comes down to. And it isn't. It's not public money. Without a doubt, it is not public money. Because they buy, and then they buy higher. And then, when it even remotely looks like it's trying to stop going up, they buy again. That is not hedge fund money. They would take a hedge fund manager, and they would literally throw them out a 20-story window if they pulled stuff like that. They would send them packing. They would be down on the pavement with their box, their paper box, you know, their cardboard box of all their mementos on their desk. That is not public money. That is not logical. You know, money is not paid to do this. Money doesn't do this. Bad traders do this. Federal Reserves and central banks do this. But trust me, this is not public money doing this. This is what's amazing about this whole thing. And I've been seeing it since 2008. You know, going into 2009, I've been watching this happen. You know, professional money, public money, being managed, buys lower and sells higher. It doesn't buy higher and then buy higher and then buy higher. They buy back in fills, and that's what's telling me that it's not public money. It's not. It's central bank money, and it's been telling me that since 2009. It doesn't trade right, and I tell people that. Matter of fact, when I was telling people in 2008 and 2009, they were telling me, that you got to be wearing tinfoil on your head. See, that's that living in the nursing home thing, and I'd be like, no. Since when do? You're a specialist. You were a specialist. You were a trader on the floor. When did you buy and then buy higher? Never. Correct. You always bought when there was weakness. Now, and that's exactly what I see constantly. And we've been doing this now for, the Japs have done it too. Tonight the money is running back to Japan. The Japanese were doing that, and they still couldn't get it to 39,000. Let's go over and look at that. Remember, the all-time high of this product here, the Nikkei, is 39,000. And where's it trading today? Live, 28,900. It hasn't been at 39,000 since the 1990s. Yeah. And it looks like money is moving out of it more than moving into it right now. And I went into the weekly sell off of this week right here. And it's been basically the wrong way. We went into a daily buy as it goes into the weekly sell. So you've been protected not to be short here. But we're starting to flirt. Let's do this. Let's move this down. And we'll go like this and widen this. Because I want to look at the daily more. So the weekly is still pressing down. And the daily, we want to tighten this up. So we can get a better picture of it. And the daily, you can see there. Let's move that over. So this is the first time since we went into the weekly sell that the Nikkei is trying to get into a daily sell. I mean, tried to do it yesterday too, and didn't do too good a job at it. We'll see what this brings. If it gets into the daily sell with the Dow Jones Industrial Average, see if it can bend down. But now it's not bending down at all. There, this morning, at London Open, this thing was down. I'm telling you, traders, the street signs are gone. It's like trying to drive somewhere you don't know without GPS. That's exactly what's going on. All right, let's see. Any more questions tonight? Okay, that's it. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. All right, we got about 3 more minutes. So we can do easily. I mean, obviously, if somebody comes up with something, we can go into the U.S. Open. I don't care. But if no one's going to ask any questions, then, we're going to have a couple minutes. Let's see. So you can see the Nikkei. We did that. There's your Henry Hub. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what gold's doing. Just for I know what it is. Let's go over to JO and see if they've updated that. And let's see if they've updated the DAX too. There's the DAX, and they haven't updated that, but let's give it a refresh anyway. And then going over to coffee, that's what JO is. There it is there. So it's just a little sloppy there. Middle age, that's all that is. Look at the weekly though. The weekly's so strong in this product. I mean, it went into the weekly buy at 40, and it found a way to get to 45. That's a pretty good move, Is that a 5% move? Something like that. It's pretty big in coffee market, All right. Let's see. Doc, why does Nasdaq keep going up? 2 reasons. One is interest rates. Because those are very intense interest rate products, and so they need capital, and so when interest rates are lower, they go up. And what they're doing is the Federal Reserve is making sure that the interest rates, even with inflation being around, they're making sure that interest rates are dropping, which has got everybody confused. Mohammed says, can you please share your thoughts about the euro and the GBP? Sure. Let's open them up. Let's go like this. We'll go to the easier one right there. It's the same charts, just these are the charts we send out, that's all. I make them dark. So we just, I can write on them. So there's the cable. And the cable went into a daily sell a couple days ago. We went into a weekly sell in this week right here. Confirmed it on the close of Friday. You can see it was in a sell like all week long. I think there's a lot of support in the 38s. But again, we have to follow the math first. Can't really just, every time the nurse brings me my Jello, I just can't say it's the best, And so I think, in my personal opinion, that they're going to support this region in here. Because I'm always a perennial bull in this thing. I always think that when we go into daily sells and weekly sells, it's an opportunity to buy. And as soon as we get into the weekly or a daily buy, then I'm like excited and want to be a buyer. And so right now it's stand to the side, unless you're a producer or you need the inventory, you need cable. But right now, it's just stand to the side if you have to buy it, because it's it's in a weekly sell and a daily sell. That's cable. No, Mohammed, forget about it. I can look at this thing 10 times as far as I'm concerned. That's what I try to emphasize to everybody here in the webinar, or in the nursing home here, whichever. And the end result is that I always say that let's look at things. I can look at them 2 or 3 times. You never know what we're going to discover here. We weren't this thorough when we looked at them before. Now here's the euro, and the euros went into the daily sell yesterday. You can see the pressure on it today. We've been in the weekly sell since back here. The euro, there's a lot to be said about the euro itself. Do I think it'll challenge this low? More than likely not. Maybe this low here, it seems like it's tried to bounce off it. We'll see if it makes a higher low and starts to move up and we get into a daily buy. But I really don't, the central banks run these things. They control it all. They keep them in ranges and envelopes, however you want to describe it. I don't think there's any real tenacious events coming on to these products, because they all can print money and they just buy it. In other words, you're the Federal Reserve. You want the euro to be strong. So then you go print dollars and then you go buy euros. It's not like they have a finite amount of dollars they can spend. They can go and just print as many as they want, and it's just a line item on a spreadsheet somewhere. They're not putting it out into the marketplace. They're putting it in central bank. They're putting it into Jp Morgan and Citibank and BlackRock. They're putting money into them, and they also enforce the bank examiners. So they control the bank examiners, so they can pump all this equity into these entities. Commercial banks and hedge funds and all like that, and enforce what they're doing. So it's a real strange environment. So no, Mohammed, you're allowed to ask if you want to see gold again, or you miss something. Just ask. Don't worry about it. It's okay with me. It's already the U.S. Open, but as far as I'm concerned, if you have something else you would like to see, we'll gladly look at it. And if not, then I call it a day. That's all. That's the way I usually do it. So I'll give you a minute to be able to communicate if you want to see something else. And if not, we'll start to sing and we'll get out of here. So don't be sorry you missed something. Alrighty. Doc is just hanging here. Let's take a look at the. Let's go over to the 2 for 47, or is it 47? Yeah, 47, and for middle age. So there is. Look at that middle age. Look what they're doing. They're lifting it up. Now, no, they're still knocking it down. So it's trading live now. It should be live there. That's live, right? Yeah. And so let's give it a reload. And so that's still drifting a little bit down. And then over there, where was it, the other one? For There's the DAX. Now that's curious. Look at that. The DAX is actually opened down in the States. So even with it up 181 in the futures contract, why are they selling the ETF down? So, all right. Let's see. Muhammad says, I have been on nice profit selling them, the dollar, cable, and gold. Good, good. And let's just see what gold is, and I'm going to start singing from there. Let's go see what gold looks like, and then we're going to be going. There's gold. Let's give it a refresh. It still seems to be at its lows. Yeah. Yeah, so there's the weekly sell. And it's been in a daily sell from there too, from that spot. So, all right, traders, that's about it. 48 on, what's that? The middle. Oh, I see, yeah. Let's go back to that. It's the JO to the coffee. You know, it looks like, you know, it's hit this area here before too. I think we went back and looked at that. What was it, back in there? It was close to, let's see, 45, right? So 45 has popped out before. Where is it at? There it is there. No? I know, I've seen it. There it is. There, that the high was 44.81 back in December of 2019. So yeah, I mean, it's, you know, they're playing with that. There's no doubt about that. There's some good action going on there. So maybe this is the third time, you know how it does things in threes. So back in 2019, then here in 2021, and now we're doing it again. We came back up and we're challenging it again. If this thing gets through that 45 area, and we're still in the daily buy and weekly buy, you could be right. They could be seeing a 48. Yeah, it really could. So if I see something about that, I'll put it on one of the charts. Was that what it would be? 1760 on the on the futures contract? Wow, that's something. Alrighty, traders, we're out of here. This is Doc from North America. We will catch you tomorrow. Happy trails to you until we meet again. That'll be tomorrow. Happy hump day. Happy trails to you, to all our cyber trading friends. Aloha, traders. Aloha.